How's it going, YouTube? We are doing a rank tier system today with WWE tag teams. I think it's all WWE. Yeah, it looks like it. So, we're gonna go with the GOAT tag teams. These are obviously gonna be what I feel, my personal opinion on tag teams. We're gonna have the great, then we have the okay, needs improvement. For needs improvement, obviously I didn't make this tier thing, so I'm just gonna put maybe just need that extra step to be an okay tag team. Maybe just need an extra step to be, I don't know, just get past that little hump. Trash tag teams are ones I think are trash, or there might be some I didn't even watch, so I might not even rank some of these people, or I might just say trash because I didn't even watch them. Um, so yeah, let's get started with the what is the Street Profits here. They started off good in NXT, and then they went to SmackDown with Raw. They've had what? They had the Raw Tag Team Championships and the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I'm just gonna go okay here because I feel like they started hot in NXT and then kind of just washed away and still haven't found their footing on the main roster. Nasty Boys here. I'm gonna just go needs improvement because I never really watched these guys. Um, maybe I should have. Maybe they're a good tag team. The Rockers. Let's go. Obviously needs improvement because Shawn Michaels didn't need him. Marty Jannetty to get to the main event star. Marty Jannetty never got to the main event picture, really. Some people could say he never really got a chance. So we'll just go needs improvement on that. Kind of just watch that. Because my era of wrestling was when I was younger, I watched the Attitude Era. When I watched the Ruthless Aggression Era, that was my main period. And then now, 2010s, 2005 to the 2010s, and when I really was watching and probably knew more the concept of wrestling a lot better. What is this? Authors of Pain? Will go okay. They never really, I guess, like most tag teams that started at NXT were hot, and then now they're in what are they in the Final Testament? And I don't know. We'll go okay with that. Okay, here we go. Animal and Hawk, the Road Warriors. I didn't really watch them. Obviously, I know they are one of the best tag teams ever. So I'm gonna put for me. I'll just put great. I'm not gonna put goat because I never really watched them, but I do know their success. I do know what they did in the industry. The Good Brothers. They have always been wishy washy. Never really had their good footing. They haven't really watched their New Japan Pro Wrestling stuff. Uh, should we go trash here? Should we go trash? Should we go needs improvement? I feel like when they're with AJ Styles is pretty good. When they're not, or when they're in the club is, Bullet Club or stuff like that, they're better. But I'm gonna put needs improvement. I feel like they need a faction to be the best tag team they can be. So we'll leave it at that. Heavy Machinery, trash. Never really got it. Otis definitely, you know, was better, has done better stuff, but we'll keep that trash. Okay, Team Angle. Here we go. Team Angle, Shelton Benjamin, Charlie Haas. We're just going about a tag team. We're not going to include Kurt, even though they include Kurt in this picture. But I'm gonna go smile, ruffle some feathers here. I'm gonna go okay. They didn't really have they didn't really, have the promo. They had the ring action. They had the ring action, but they didn't have the promos. They didn't have, you know, they've accomplished a good bit in Ring of Honor, WWE, but they never. I could honestly go needs improvement in my opinion, but I'm gonna go okay because they put on great matches, and you have to give them that for the great matches. British Bulldog, Owen Hart, I'm gonna put needs improvement. Didn't really watch them too much as a tag team. I would consider them better with the Hart Foundation or singles career. single career was way better for Owen Hart and British Bulldog. So I'm gonna go that APA. I'm gonna go okay. APA as a kid was great because they'd have that door. People just go around the fake door, and um, yeah, APA's okay to me. The acolytes, whatever you want to call them, Enzo and Cass. But like they never really got a chance. They were hot in NXT. NXT, I loved them. Raw, I feel like they could have went to the next step. I feel like they should have been the new age outlaws. So we're gonna put okay because I actually loved them during their time. I just wanted them to make that next step. Edge and Christian. Well, this is gonna be obviously they're a great tag team. We're gonna put great. I can't put them in GOAT for me because I feel like their singles careers were way better. Even people say Edge was better than Christian. I still think Christian, he's still going. Edge is still going. I think both their singles careers are great, and I can't do it. I can't put them in GOAT as a tag team, even though they accomplished a lot. But yeah, Deuce and Domino, we're putting trash. Obviously, I watched them. I kind of liked them as a kid, and they didn't really do much. So put them in trash. All right, Eddie Guerrero and Chavo Guerrero. Come on, Los Guerreros. Feel like their single careers are better. But this is the time I was watching as a kid and loved them, and we're going okay. But I'm as a tag team, I'm putting okay. But as singles, I would put them. Eddie, obviously great. Chavo, you know, cruiserweight division leader. I would say because he's still going and still better, probably teacher and trainer. So yeah, American Alpha needs improvement. I feel like they never really got a chance. They were great in NXT. Never really got over the hump. Chad Gable's still going. Jason Jordan, unfortunately, got hurt. Probably would never wrestle again. And he had the storyline with Kurt Angle and all that. Needs improvement. As a tag team, obviously had great matches though. War Raiders. Okay. Still, I didn't watch them in ROH. I haven't really liked them so far on Raw, which they just now got the Raw Tag Team Championships from Judgment Day. For me, which next year could change. For War Raiders at least, I'm gonna put them in a needs improvement because for me, I feel like they need to go to the extra hump, get over the hump, get to the next level for me. But yeah, Bushwhackers, trash. Never really watch them, so people I didn't really watch too much or haven't go back and watch. Just putting trash. I feel like did they even win I guess they won tag team championships. I don't know. But we'll keep them there. Team Hell No. Um, okay team because they had a run where I, liked it. Liked the run, but Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, whatever you want to call him, and Kane both had single careers way better. Their time as tag team champions and that run was fun. So we'll put okay. Primetime players, millions of dollars. Millions. We're gonna put primetime players. Darren Young, Titus O'Neil, and needs improvement. They needed to get over their hump. You probably could put trash, really, just because they didn't really have a long span, but they did when they won the belt. I was happy. Needs improvement. It's a good spot. Who is it? This Onay Lorcan and what was that other dude's name? NXT tag team. What were their names? I don't know. Putting trash because I don't even remember their names. At least I gotta remember your names to put you somewhere. Undisputed Era. Here we go. Now this is when all of them were at their peak. Now they're all except Bobby Fish is in AEW, and AEW's kind of shown, their time in AEW's kind of shown like I don't know, they're better as a group. I would say, yeah. So we're gonna put this might ruffle some feathers too. Okay, we're gonna put okay here. because if we were just doing NXT careers, I would put probably great. But since we're seeing all this now, putting okay, and we'll leave it at that. Demolition didn't really watch, so we're gonna put needs improvement. That could ruffle some feathers too. People that actually watched them and liked them. Needs improvement. Hart Foundation with Bret Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Uh for me, needs improvement again, and obviously that might be controversial for that, but I feel like Bret Hart obviously achieved more as single career, so we'll just put needs improvement and leave it at that. Team 3D, the Dudley Boys, whatever you want to call them, long career. For me, this is rough. I could go goat some days. I could go great some days, but I'm gonna go great because I'm trying to leave the goat to ones that I feel really have accomplished. From Dudley Boys really have accomplished everything you can in this wrestling industry, but there's really only a few goats to me because the type of wrestling I like and type of tag team wrestling I like. So we're gonna put great. The Bar, Sheamus, Cesaro. The Bar was, started out as just a makeshift tag team, but they really stepped it up. Really became one of the best tag teams. So I'm just gonna put okay because I feel like their single careers for Sheamus. I mean, Cesaro still has a great singles career, but he just has never got that chance either. As some people on this list, but Sheamus is really singles career star. Been there forever. In WWE. So I'm gonna put okay, but really they surprised. I feel like they surprised everybody with the type of tag team they were and the run they had. So next on the list, Eminem. They had their run the Ruthless Aggression era. I feel like John Morrison obviously made a star of himself. Still going. Melina, and then you had Joey Mercury, which he got his face shattered in that ladder match. So he never really got a chance. I'm gonna put needs improvement just because I feel like there's his John Morrison single career obviously surpassed that, and I can see on the list John Morrison and Miz are coming up, and I feel like that was a better tag team, but we'll get to that here soon. The Hardy Boys done everything. Done everything. I've gone back and forth on this one too. The Hardy Boys. I've gone back and forth on this. Whether great GOAT Jeff Hardy is obviously been most people's star, but Matt Hardy has done a lot too. Like Broken, Woken. They've just done everything. Obviously Matt Hardy never really got the WWE Championship run. Stuff like that. People talk about, Edge and Christian. Edge was always a little bit up here, and Jeff Hardy was a little bit up here. But if you really look at it, their single career, you could put up with a lot of people that never really got a chance, and they have, done pretty much everything they can do. And I'm gonna go GOAT here. Gonna go GOAT mostly just because they have done everything and they're entertaining and they check all the boxes for me for when you think of a tag team and tag team wrestling. So let's go to Heath Slater and Rhino. This was a good run too. Short lived run. But you had the makeshift tag team. You had Rhino as the beast. You had Heath Slater, he's got kids. But I'm gonna go needs improvement as a tag team because it didn't have really a long run. Rhino's single career is better than his tag team runs. But they never really got over that hump. They didn't really have a long run, so I can't put them in GOAT great. I probably could put them in okay, but we're gonna go with that. New Day. God, New Day has done everything. They're entertaining. They just broke up. Turn on Big E. Big E, obviously got hurt. His neck, broke neck, and he's probably never gonna wrestle again. Hopefully he will though. So I think with all the twists and turns, them being good guys for so long, now they're finally, we're gonna see a heel new day. I feel like you have to go goat with them. I feel like you have to. They've just done everything. Billy and Chuck. Oh Lord, short-lived run. People still talk about it though. They were cutting edge. You know, the wedding. But Billy Gunn to me, when you think of him, you think of DX. I'm putting. I could go trash, but I don't want to because some of their stuff was entertaining. They didn't really have a long run though, but needs improvement. Because when I think of Chuck Palumbo now, I do think of this Billy and Chuck. But Billy Gunn, I don't think of now. You could even think of Billy Gunn as the acclaimed more than this. I would say. They brought back Rico for the AEW thing too and all that though. But I'm gonna go needs improvement just because of that, and I feel like Billy Gunn's single career is better too. Brothers Destruction. I'm gonna go okay because I feel like this team they're better single careers for both of them, and this was a team though when together they were dominant, and who could beat them really? But I'm gonna go okay just because they weren't really a tag team too long. Didn't really have a long run doing stuff, but we're gonna go with that. Um, Miz and John Morrison, entertaining tag team. I actually, ECW tag when they were in ECW as a tag team, great stuff. So I'm gonna put okay though for them because I feel like they're in the same tier as the Bar for me because I feel like better singles for the Miz and John Morrison, and obviously the Miz has done pretty much everything you can as a single star. So I'm gonna go okay with that. Oh, here we go. New Age Outlaws. Well, they had about a few years run. DX, part of DX too. And in my opinion, the GOAT because which they didn't really get many title reigns, but this was my favorite tag team of all time. Just in my opinion. So this is like a hard pick just because this is my favorite tag team of all time. They had everything. Obviously they couldn't do the flips and stuff like that, but they had the promo, they had good matches, part of DX, done a lot of stuff in their short time. Um, that's my favorite tag team of all time. So we're going go for that. Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. We are gonna go trash. I feel like their singles careers are better. Um, and this is obviously their ruthless aggression era when they were edgeheads. So I really, as a tag team for that era, I really don't think you can say they were great, good, or okay. But they did get the tag team championships at WrestleMania a few years ago together, and I feel like that moment really showed them better as a tag team. But we're just gonna go trash there because I feel like Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona has definitely become a single star now on the Indies and just everything he's doing, and he's made his YouTube channel way back that really launched his career to go forward. He's really just become that single star he always wanted to become. Kurt Hawkins is still doing stuff in TNA. So I feel like you really can't judge this tag team like that. So we're gonna go trash. FTR, the Revival, one of the best tag teams. I'm gonna go great because they are one of the best tag teams in a long time, and I love the tag team wrestling they do. There's psychology in the ring. You can talk about them versus the Briscoes. You can talk about them and the Pinnacle. If we still want to talk about that debacle in AEW, you could talk about their time in NXT. They've captured every belt you can, really. And obviously now their AEW run's kind of a little what it shouldn't be, really, to be honest. They should still be presented as one of the best tag teams in the world. But that's the way it is. So we're gonna go great. I would put them GOAT if they were still on top right now. Like you just can't. I feel like you can't do it right now though. The Shield, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, John Moxley / Dean Ambrose, whatever you want to call, one of the best runs. But this is a faction, in my opinion. This is you really can't. If you're basing off tag team, it's mostly Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. As a tag team, I would go okay. As a faction, I could go GOAT or maybe even great. Their singles careers are way better. I'm going okay. And that may ruffle some feathers too, but like as a tag team, you don't think them as a tag team. You think them as a faction. So I feel like they shouldn't even be on this list really, unless you put Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins in a box. And if you did, I would put them in okay because obviously their single careers are way better. JTG and Shad Gaspar, RIP. This was a fun tag team to watch. This was that they really got the chances that they probably should have. They were always, more of the fun times, fun stuff going on, and not really fun stuff, but like doing the skits in the back, stealing stuff or whatever. I think you got to go though. I you got to go needs improvement just because they never really got the chance. I feel like I can't put them in with some of these tag teams like the Brothers of Destruction or Undisputed Era. But we obviously we recognize what they did, and for the time it was good. And some of the stuff you probably maybe couldn't do today. So Spirit Squad, we're gonna go trash. They had their place for in that era where the DX did stuff to them, beat them up, but they did become champions. It was one of those things where like I feel like you need it's like a big faction where you can just beat up or part of a a man thing where DX could get their comeuppance and you know it was good for what it was, but we're gonna go say trash as a tag team, even though they've became champions. The Ascension, I feel like you gotta go trash with the Ascension too. Um, NXT, they had a good run. Feel like NXT people were saying they could be the next Road Warriors. They could be the next, demolition type team. And then when they got to the main roster, kind of, slowly back down, went with Stardust. It was a whole, I don't even remember what they were called. I don't even think they're still a tag team today. Um, and on the indies or anything, so I think you got to go trash right there. The Usos, this is one you can go back and forth on as well. They've accomplished everything, and now Jey Uso is becoming a single star, or is a single star. Jimmy Uso is still, we'll see if Jimmy Uso ever gets past that hump to become like the single star Jey Uso is becoming. I would never imagine that you could split these twos up and actually see a singles run. Because I always thought, if you think of Jimmy, you think of Jey. If you think of Jey, you think of Jimmy. They figured it out. As a tag team, they've done everything. As a tag team, they've done everything, and I feel like you could go GOAT, but for me, I'm gonna go great because I can't put them in my GOAT. Carlito and Primo. We're gonna go. We're gonna go trash because Carlito definitely was a main star. Primo, went on to become the Los Matadores, and let's just keep it a trash because they really have a long run, and maybe they didn't really get a chance. We'll just keep it a trash. Here we go. Too cool here. Okay. Too cool for the time. They were fun. They were great. You need certain tag teams to do the entertainment factors and be that tag team. So I'm gonna go for the time okay because they were an okay tag team, and you put them with Rikishi too, and they did the dance and all that, and it was just a fun time. And as a kid, Loved it and wanted to do the dances, wanted to get the action figures. So we put them okay. And the last tag team we got here is Big Show, Chris Jericho, Jericho. This is a tag team that, maybe at the time if Big Show could move a little bit better, if they, lasted a little bit longer. I feel like this is one of the tag teams you think of like a Big Cass and Enzo or a Billy Gunn and Road Dogg because in the sense where you got the guy that can take the heat, get beat down like a Chris Jericho, even though he was a star, still a star. But then you got the heater that comes in and Big Show, the bigger guy that can, you know, beat down the team. And then you get the comeback, you get the hot tags. And I just feel like maybe this tag team should have been done a little bit sooner. And if you want to think about a tag team that was probably, I'm going to, let me put okay first. But if you want to think about a tag team for Chris Jericho that was probably better, was Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho because of Festival of Friendship and all that, how that boiled up. But Jericho never really had a long reign. Maybe if they had a long time to get a long reign, I could go great. And they're both better as single stars, in my opinion, anyway. And they've accomplished everything you can. So we'll just keep it okay. So we'll go back through the list and let's see if I want to change anybody out. If I did change anybody out, I could go, Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian 2 GOAT probably. FTR, like I said, AEW run, kind of it's kind of stained how I look at them now because I wish they were still on top and just running the roads and being champions and taking out teams and having great matches, having 20-minute matches like the Usos. You could put in great GOAT too, like. So I feel like we got a well-rounded list here. Undisputed Era maybe could be moved up. Some people's opinions, but I feel like you see the AEW careers now, and they need each other, and maybe that is one of the lists. Being a great tag team is when you need the other team. Um. So yeah, Hardy Boys, New Day, New Age Outlaws, New Age Outlaws. My personal pick as the GOAT, so we had to put him in there. Let me know your list and who you think is the best tag teams. Who are the GOATs? Who are the greats? Who should be moved up? Who should be moved down? Like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you on the next video.